Hi you guys, my name is Lushu, Lushu the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. So today I wanted to talk about the whole TAI Lopez being sued situation is crazy. I haven't seen a lot of perspectives from a woman's point of view, but in this video we listen and we don't judge. So disclaimer, I used to be actually a huge TAI Lopez fan because I used to like what he stood for. And I like the whole and also don't mind me. It's been really windy and rainy where I am, so I hope you guys can hear me and vibe with me. But I used to be a huge Tai Lopez fan, and there's always been things that I found truly problematic about this man. But I like the whole idea of encouraging people to read and be productive. And I bought a few of his little cheap how to be successful and disciplined little courses and whatnot where he teaches people it's like a paywall basically of him teaching people how to be successful. And long story short, in my 20s and I'm in my early 30s now, I have not always been I am not the type of person to fully see through scams. And people think that scamming is for the weak, or the people who fall for scamming is for the weak or for fools. But you have to understand it should be actually more things put, more responsibility put on the person that's scamming than the people who fall for it, because they're playing a lot of times on the emotions of people, the vulnerability of people. And you have to remember, in these times, going through the pandemic and even before then, the collective at large, being a spiritualist, the collective at large, we are, a lot of times we're downtrodden, we're spiritually starving, we're, a lot of people collectively right now and for a while now, we don't have all our resources that we need. We don't feel collectively secure. And these people are masters at preying on people's vulnerability and emotions. And so even the idea, when we think of parasocial relationships that form from celebrity culture and from people building personas online, people think it's such an innocent game. But the branding and the way that we learn how to market ourselves and hustle culture and everything of that nature, it preys on people. And we don't see it as a violation, but we're willingly getting people to co-sign and sign contracts, spiritual contracts, physical contracts, where we don't know the whole, we don't know the whole picture at large. And so it's a lot more damage that goes at play than we really give credit for in this whole situation of when entrepreneurs just get online and they scam people and whatnot. And looking back on it, it's oh, duh, of course, because the internet is one of those places where people can build perfect personas, and you just never know. They can go film in front of mansions or certain, prop up certain places in front of certain gimmicks, take perfect pictures, and you'll just never know. But a lot of people are catching on that a lot of influencers are not even really living the lives that they say they do. But yeah, I was a fucking punk that that fell for fucking Tai Lopez stuff. And for me personally, where I lost interest was he was having a lot of problematic ideologies of it seems like he would do things uphold white supremacy, beauty ideals, because he always has to surround himself with materialism and certain types of women and things like that. And it seemed like it comprised of propping some ideal or people up in order to put others down, very have and have not coded, for example. His latest videos freaking show Elon Musk doing the fucking Nazi salute. And he still he the way I see Tai Lopez is he acts like a middleman of he's the middleman to keep people wanting to uphold these ideologies of that billionaires are ethical and that rich people are good people, and they're, a lot of times they're fucking not. And you have to understand, a lot of these, I'm gonna dog male entrepreneurs out for a little bit. A lot of these male entrepreneurs, even Gary Vee and all these people that were popular at the same time, these people have whole teams helping them. They have wives at home sometimes that are helping them. Their empire is built on the back of others, and them having really good ego and forward presentation to pump them out as an ideal. So they're feeding people you can be successful in XYZ, but like they're not telling the truth in general. Like they have whole teams, they have whole editors, they have like this whole persona that's built on perfection, presenting them a certain way, and regular people don't have that. They don't even have the resources to run these fucking ads. And so it's already like a disconnect and a disadvantage there. But yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of people are coming out with videos now, like breaking down how even his old ads were like very problematic, and a lot of his videos looks like when he looks very disheveled, or like he looks like kind of drugged out or something. And so, and I'm very surprised because he had a long run before they fucking finally like got him for scamming. Everyone kind of suspected it for a long time of like the fake internet guru era. And I think some people can hold their own and their image better than others, but his has always been kind of like, you know, you kind of suspect something is weird there. But everyone, I think people as human beings, we also need heroes, and we need ideals. Sometimes we need like ideas of people to follow or whatever to prop up, and so it's partly our fault sometimes. But yeah, it was crazy. I think the only good thing that comes out of TAI is that he encouraged people to read. And so I'm surprised that they finally got him on some kind of scamming charge. I don't know if his like social media is still up, because part of, you know, him being sued was like off the back of his like credibility of his social media. Some people think he might go to jail or be used as an example. I honestly don't know. I think he's gotten this far. I think like in one regard, a lot of people were waiting for this to happen, right? And even me, I was like, I have this like love and hate thing the whole time, and I'm just like, okay, like I can't feel sad for the guy because I feel like he like scammed so many people, he hurt so many people, and I do think scamming hurts people. And I think like, I don't know if he'll go to jail. They like the fact that it got this far because he, you know, bought out all these companies and everything, these like popular old companies and everything. Like the fact that they even got this far to publicly sue him, like it highly could be that they're just trying to use him as an example. And then what else do I think? I don't know. Use him as an example. I feel like he already kind of was like shifting his life to be like more like away. Like I don't know. I think he was like living in Puerto Rico or something now, or like I think he was already getting his shit in order to like dip if he needed to or something. But like either he'll lay low or he'll like thug it out, and like he already tried to ignore it in a way. And or he might like resurface later. I don't fucking know. But like he got this far, and I feel like in one regard it can be deemed edgy. Like he can spin it and be like, oh, this is like an edgy fucking thing that I did, you know, like I'm, you know, kicking the higher ups in the ass. You know, they joke and say if you steal from the rich, you know, that's a no-no, but if you steal from the poor, that's glorified, that's okay. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it's crazy because I used to be a huge fan, and we listen and we don't judge. But yeah, I'm waking up now. I'm waking up, to be fair, I'm waking up from a lot of conditioning in my life where women in general, we're taught that to go for the powerful men, and a lot of these guys play off of that fucking conditioning. The fact that patriarchy is already made to like just give power away to men just because they're men. It's a lot of groundwork that's set up for scammers to survive, to make it, to thrive. Like your man, check. You're white, check. You're white adjacent, check. You have this idea that you have power, money, pussy, check. And so that's all you gotta do. And I think it's like a larger conversation of like our society, of what we literally lay out the ground for like Elon Musk to exist and get shocked and surprised. But like, yeah, I'm curious your thoughts.